Dear viewers, welcome to the Ben Franklin Tax Services YouTube channel. This is our first video about the Stimulus Act that has passed Congress recently. My name is Abu Tayyab Syed, and I'm a tax practitioner with Ben Franklin Tax Services for the last 14 plus years, and I'm also an attorney at law in Texas. Before I continue and give some information about this stimulus package that has passed, I just need to tell you the information I'm providing does not create a client-attorney privilege between us. It is just for informational purpose only, and I am not acting as an attorney, but just a person, a citizen, who's providing information to the viewers. So that being said, let's talk about the stimulus package. This stimulus package is called the CARES Act. It was signed into law yesterday by the president, and its legal term is called HR 748. Now, the burning question for everybody is, what am I gonna get out of this check? This particular video is only focused for individuals only. If there is questions regarding the other business areas or other areas, if somebody has any question, please let me know and I will make other videos based on the demand. But right now we're only focusing on the person, you and I. Okay, everybody has heard that we are all getting $1,200 check. So who is getting this $1,200 check? The $1,200 check is for all adults who have filed a 2019 U.S. tax return or a 2018 U.S. tax return if they have not yet filed their 2019 tax return. That is very important. And one thing you have to understand, every one of them must have a social security number. So, for example, if you are a single filer, remember something, if you are a single filer and as long your income is under $75,000, you'll get a full $1,200 check or direct deposit to your bank account. How will IRS send you the money? I'll discuss it just in a few more seconds. So let's again focus back to who is getting how much. If you are a married couple and made less than $150,000, you will still get the $1,200 plus $1,200, $2,400 total check for yourself and your spouse. If you have dependents who have social security numbers 16 or younger, then for each of those dependents, eligible dependents, you'll also get another $500. So technically, if you're a family of 4 with 2 little children and all of you have social security numbers, you will get a check of $2,400 plus $1,000, $3,400. That's a lot of money. So let's talk about who are not eligible. If you have an SSN but your wife or your spouse does not have an SSN, unfortunately the whole tax return, if you file a joint return together, you'll not be eligible to get the stimulus check for $2,400. You will be ineligible. If you have children or dependents who has ITIN numbers, which is individual tax identification number, and you're not eligible to get an SSN number, you will not get the stimulus check. One more community clients who have talked about is people who don't file their tax returns. For example, elderly folks, retired folks who only get retirement income. So what this bill has stated, that for those folks, those citizens, as long as they're getting like SSA checks, that U.S. Treasury will get that information from the Social Security Administration office and will send them the check or direct deposit, however they decide to send it over to them. But whatever happens, IRS or the Treasury will let you know how you will get that money. A few other people who will be ineligible are anyone who is 17 or 18-year-old, children, any college students who are between 19 and 23, and any dependents, any adult dependents who are claimed on someone else's tax return because they didn't have any earning or their earning was too little and they could have been claimed by someone else. So, of course, the next question is, How will I get the check? That's coming up next. One more thing. Any person who's owing taxes to the IRS, like right now they have some tax due, they will still get the check. This money will not be counted against their tax due. So remember that. Just because you have tax due or you owe taxes when you file your 2019 tax return, or let's say 2018 tax return, please file your tax return, because you will not get the stimulus check if you don't file it. And two, it will not be counted against your tax due, so you will get some money. One more point that you should remember: this money is a free money. It's like a grant. It will not be considered income for you next year. Let's say when you do file your 2020 tax return, and when there's a reconciliation happen, and let's say you become less eligible. Let's say you make $200,000 and you're a married couple, and you become ineligible for the stimulus. Don't worry about it. You will not have to return the money either. Once you get it, it's yours. Here's what's going to happen. If you have filed your 2019 tax return, what they will do, they will take the information from your tax return as long as you're eligible, and they will send you a letter out within 15 days when the Treasury has decided, that Treasury Secretary has decided that you are eligible for this aid. So within the 15 days, they will send you that letter to the last known address in your tax return, because that's the only way they know where do you live. So if you have changed your address since you filed your 2019 return, or let's say you have not filed a 2019 and you just filed a 2018, you need to file your 2019 return as soon as possible to update your address with IRS. It is very difficult to call IRS right now because of the coronavirus. You cannot get hold of any live person. Number two, some of the phone lines are even not working right now. So you have to do it as soon as possible. There's also a change of address form, but again, that may take a while if you mail it to the IRS. The best thing to do, if you have not filed your 2019 return or even 2018 return, you can still e-file them, by the way. You need to file them as soon as possible. But lastly, God forbid that you have not filed 2019 or you have not filed 2018 return, don't worry about it. That money's not going to go away. When you file your 2020 tax return next year, they will do some adjustment and you will get some credit against your taxes. But remember, no check will go out to you as a refundable credit, which it is right now, if you do not get the check within December 31st, 2020. So remember that. So again, if I'm not missing anything, the next part I would like to talk about is your retirement account. We are out of money right now. We don't have jobs. Our business has suffered. We cannot go to work. We don't have the time to work. What are we going to do? We need this money to survive. Many of my clients at Ben Franklin Tax Services have retirement accounts, IRA accounts, 401ks, etc., etc. Great news. You can take the money out of those accounts as a distribution up to $100,000. Remember, it has to be $100,000, not 101, has to be 100,000 or less, and there will be no 10% early withdrawal penalty. Moreover, you can, that money will become part of your income, but this CARE Act provision states that money income will be spread between 3 years. So even if you take the money, let's say tomorrow, so the date starts tomorrow, and they will count 1 year, and then another year from there, that anniversary date, and then another year of the anniversary date. That's how they distribute that distribution to you that you have taken out. And remember, no penalty. You still have to pay tax. That doesn't go away, but you will still get your money up to $100,000 of your retirement funds. To be eligible, though, you must have had coronavirus affecting you or your family, which was tested by the CDC approved tests, or you have to have been affected, economic injury effect to you or your family because you have not been able to go to work, you're unemployed, whatever the reason is, somehow coronavirus pandemic has affected you and your family's earning power, then you are also eligible to take the money out without paying the 10% penalty. Okay, one other thing. We all hope that one day in the near future that we can get back to work. We don't want to have all this money. We want to put money back in a retirement. If that is your goal, then you can also put this money back over the course of 3 years. You can make some payments and you can pay back the $100,000, and you will not, that money, whatever you're returning back over the next 3 years, will not show up as an income on your tax return. So basically consider it as a rollover without that 60-day limitation. It's either for 401k or your IRA account, Roth IRA, traditional IRA, doesn't matter. You will not have any issue. You will not, that income will consider as a rollover, doesn't matter, as long as you do it within the next 3-year period. So remember, no 10% penalty. You can return the money and it will not be considered as an income, and you will be able to enjoy this income over the course of 3 years. You'll not be taxed for this, not the whole package in 1 year like 2020 next year. It will be spread out between 2020, 2021 return, 2022 return. Lastly, some of our clients can borrow. I mean, you probably had borrowed it before in the past from the retirement accounts. Up to $50,000 of your 401k you could have borrowed in the past. That limit has been increased to $100,000, and they have also given you, and if you already have a loan that you're repaying for your 401k loan that you have borrowed, you do have 1 year additional time to pay it back without any penalties or any other effects on your income. So my dear clients and my dear fellow viewers, again, this was our first attempt to give you some idea, some clarification about what the stimulus package is, especially for individuals. If I have left something out, please let me know on the YouTube channel underneath. If you like what I had to say, please subscribe to our channel, put a like sign. And again, we are here to help you. The Ben Franklin Tax Services, myself, my partner Valerie, my manager Nisat, and everybody else in our team is ready to help you. Again, this was Abu Tayyab Syed, your tax preparer, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Take care.